What's up, everyone? Ben Razza here from Awesemo.com, ready to bring you some NFL Week 12 bets, Sunday and Monday edition. We've talked about Thanksgiving. We hope everyone enjoys the holidays, but we are ready to go for the Week 12 main slate. I am joined, as I always am, by Julian Edlow. My man, what's going on? Are you ready to dive into some of these Sunday spreads?
I am. I have one quick question. People may even watch this after Thanksgiving, but I have to know, we talked big about the Ravens on the last show on Friday. Is that still a spot for you?
It is still a spot, but I've certainly lessened the appeal because of the COVID situation and just the fact that they're coming off what I thought was a disappointing loss for the Titans. So I'm hopeful that they get it done, and we'll see. Obviously, it's a tough spot against Pittsburgh, but I'm going to get things started with, you know me, we do the Friday betting show. I go to the worst game possible, and I'm going to do that here. New York Giants, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to the under 43.5. I went to Odd Chopper, which was what we're going to do for every one of these bets. Look for the best line, and there's a 43.5 out there. Brandon Allen takes over for Cincinnati, so that's a huge loss. We know Burrow was very impressive. He's gone, and the Giants defense, despite their struggles, has been, I think, pretty impressive this year. They play at a methodical pace in terms of the Giants. They're 26th in the league in plays per game. I think Cincinnati is going to fall in terms of their pace of play with Allen under center. Ugly game, under 43.5 to get my 3-pack started here.
So I thought you were going to go to the Giants there, to be honest. But I do like the underplay. It makes sense. Giants have a good defense. Bengals are so out of sorts without Burrow that, they randomly call up Brandon Allen to play there. So that makes a lot of sense. I am also, and I rarely look to totals, but I also am going to be going to a total at that same 43.5, Broncos and Saints.
Okay.
I like the under 43.5 here for a couple of reasons. First of all, the Saints obviously have Taysom Hill at quarterback, which slows them down to a degree, at least, even if the offense is relatively as effective. They're pounding the ball more, and that grinds clock. We saw, Alvin Kamara has, he's like up there in terms of NFL receptions leaders. Didn't even have a reception in Hill's first start in that last game. Really changes the game plan around. They scored 24 points against the Falcons at home. Now they're going to go to Denver, face a better defense in a tougher spot to play against an offense that isn't going to, be pushing the pace at all. You look at the Saints defense the last few games, they've been fantastic. 9 points given up to the Falcons, 13 to the Niners, 3 to the Bucks. Quick math, that's 25 points total over the last 3 games. So, unless I'm wrong, that's good defense.
Yeah, no, that works.
Looking at the other side here with Denver, obviously, 20 points against Miami at home. That's against a good defense. That's legit. But 20 points almost seems like their ceiling. 12 points against the Raiders the week before. They did have a couple of higher scoring games but it was against the Falcons and Chargers earlier in the year. Before that, 16 against the Chiefs, 12 against the Patriots. I just see 20 or so points as kind of the ceiling for the Broncos, especially against the Saints defense like this. I could see this being a game that the Saints grind out 23-20 would be like the max that gets you the under there. And I think it's going to be significantly lower than that. More of a 17-14 type of game in Denver.
So, man, first play for both of us going to the unders. I did not see that coming.
Low unders, too.
But you know what? It's that time of the year. I do think teams slow down, defense catches up. My second bet, going to a straight side, a team that I've been on all year. I'm going to the Buffalo Bills, coming off the bye. Last time we saw them, Hail Mary against the Cardinals, just ridiculous. But you know what? They're in a get-right spot. They come home. They only have one home loss. It was in the pouring rain to Kansas City, so no shame there. And they get a Chargers team they've got the talent. They're coming off a good win against the Jets. But again, it's the Jets. You have to win that game. I don't think that's overly impressive. And looking at the spread, it sits at 5.5 points. This is a pretty simple spot for me. Anything under 7, I feel good with the Bills. I just think they're a better team. They come off a bye against a rookie quarterback, and I'm a Justin Herbert guy, but I don't love the spot for him right now. I think the Bills get this win going away. I'll take the 5.5 at home with the Bills.
I lean Bills in this one too. I was thinking about you during that Hail Mary because I still think the Cardinals under is gone. That win total is obviously going to cash, and the Bills should still be fine in the division. But what a flip there.
It didn't help, that's for sure.
No. I'm sticking in this game. I guess fading you, but I still, if you made me bet the spread, I would take the Bills. I'm going to play the Chargers team total over 23.5.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean the Bills aren't going to cover. It just means I think we're going to see points in this game. I think the game over is fine. Betting the Bills is fine. Like, there's a lot of ways that I would bet this game, but I've refined it to the Chargers scoring points because the Bills defense, as good as they looked, forcing Russell Wilson into 4 turnovers in that last home game, Seattle still put up 33 points in that game. Buffalo's defense finds ways to give up points, and you look to Herbert and what he's done with that offense. You go back to the start of October, 31 points against the Buccaneers, 27 against the Saints, 39 against the Jags, 30 in Denver against the Broncos, 26 against the Raiders. Here's the only under to the 23.5 number. It's 21 at Miami, and then 34 last week against the Jets. I think getting to 24 is very realistic in this game, and a 30 or 31 to 24 victory is very realistic. I could even see it going up, a 35 to 27 type of Bills win. But it wouldn't shock me at all if the Chargers did get to, the 24 to 34 point range in this game. I see a lot more outcomes if you played this game 10 times where the Chargers go over 24 than scoring under 24.
Yeah, and like I said, just to wrap that up, I like the Bills obviously in the spot. It's not because I think that the Chargers will be completely ineffective on offense. So I see how you got there. I just think that Josh Allen and them will have success and can force some turnovers. So we will see. Hopefully we middle it and we just both win there. Final bet, I will say before, though, if you haven't gone to oddshopper.awesemo.com, this is where we're pulling this information. We have all the sports book listed. You get those numbers and you don't think it makes a difference, add up the difference over time. Track your bets there and you will see, stealing a half point here, a point there, how big of a difference to your bottom line that makes. So go over there. Player props, certainly Julian has those posted on Twitter a ton. You can take advantage. We have a player search function. So it's really a good spot, totally free to check out. My final bet, huge, maybe the matchup of the week. I don't like these teams, but I can't deny it. Battle for the AFC South between the Titans and the Colts. Mm-hmm. Titans coming off the big win against Baltimore. The Colts coming off a big win against Green Bay. I'm taking Tennessee, though. Plus 3.5. Honestly, a couple reasons. One, to me, it's a completely 50-50 game. I'm getting a good number in 3.5. Two, Derrick Henry, I think they will lean on him. I know the Colts defense is very stout on both, up front and in the secondary, but I do think that Henry can wear them down. I just trust this team a little more. This is, I don't want to say it's for the division, but winning this game would go a long way. And I don't want to say this, but I just, every week I watch the Jaguars play, I don't understand how they beat this Colts team. I know that was week 1. I know crazy things happen. Just shocking. I trust Tennessee a little more. And again, I'm getting 3.5 points here. This is not a pick 'em. That is a good number that could come into play. Give me the Titans, and I'll take them outright as well. Sprinkle on that money line. I think they get it done in Indy.
I'm with you here. Both of us were on the opposite of the sharp side on that Thursday night football game. We took Tennessee at home as what turned into small dogs, and we lost. But I think we can blame that on special teams when FedEx guy was in there blowing the game for the Titans. Yeah. That hurt. Obviously, things have cleaned up last week against Baltimore. So I lean with you here, and one of the handicapping processes that we talked about in that game that both of us kind of go against is that the Colts for some reason needed that last game more than the Titans. I think we show why the Titans needed that game just as much, because now the Titans are the more desperate team and they need to steal this one in Indy. So we can just take that thought process and turn it against the people that bet on the Colts last time and say, that's why you bet Tennessee in this one. So I do agree with you there. The last one I'm going to go with here, I'm fading my Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh boy.
The Chiefs are -3.5. There's some 105s out there, so I think that you should, depending on when you get to this one, I expect it to get bet up. I think you can get this one, Kansas City -3 at -115. That's what I've bet it at, by that half point. Obviously a crucial half point to get that push on a field goal, but the Chiefs aren't covering right now. They had been a covering machine going back to that run out of the bye last year through the Super Bowl and early this year. Now they've been winning games, they haven't been covering games, but we also haven't seen them at this short of a number in a long time. The Bucs are desperate. That's the only thing that I am a little bit, weary of in this game, but they're just not the real deal. And the coach saying that like he doesn't know what Tom Brady's looking at, or like there's just a disconnect there. Bruce Arians seems to always put it on Tom Brady, like, oh, what is he doing back there? Like, well, Tom Brady knows what he's doing. It's just the first year in this offense where you've had 3 different quarterbacks set career highs in turnovers in your offense. So maybe it has something to do with what the Bucs are running. You look at who Tampa has beat this year: the Panthers twice, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Packers, a legitimate win, the Raiders squeak by the Giants. But the losses, that when they play good teams, they lose. The Rams, the Saints twice, the Bears beat them. And yeah, that's it. So like, I don't see Kansas City losing this game. So when you have a field goal on the table, I think the Kansas City gets it by a field goal or more. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a blowout by any means, but give me the better team in this spot. Tampa they're going to make the playoffs in one of those wild card spots, but they just don't have it.
Yeah, they don't right now. A lot of weapons. Maybe they find some chemistry, but clearly it's not firing on all cylinders. You just see it. When they play elite teams that know what they're doing, they're exposed to an extent. I'm not saying they can't finish strong or even be a contender in the NFC, but Kansas City we know what they are. There's no ambiguity. They're a damn good team. I don't mind that. I would strongly prefer to get 3, even if I have to lay a little more. So we did it 3 up, 3 down. So you got 6 bets there from us for week 12, Sunday and Monday night. Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of videos like this, not just with NFL. College basketball is tipping off. A lot of games this week, and that's not going to stop. You got the URI flag
Rams,
for Julian supporting his boys. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of content on all fronts here at Awesemo.com. Good luck, everyone, this week. If you have any questions, hit us up in Slack, find us on Twitter, and we'll be back soon enough for some Week 13 bets next week.